Greetings, towards my Century Gatsy, it's the Century Man here, so this is my review of Titans, Series 1, Episode 1. The title of this episode is called Titans. For half a year, I've been covering a lot of Marvel stuff, MCU movies, the Marvel shows on the Disney Plus app. It got me thinking, I think a lot of people think I'm a fan of Marvel. You know, if you watch my Marvel stuff, for me, that's not really the case. I like DC as well, you know, I like superheroes, you know, in both Marvel and the DC universe, you know. I think it's time for a change, you know. Let's cover a DC stuff, you know. Let's talk about a little bit of DC for a change, you know. Because, you know, 2 years ago, I played Arkham Knight, you know. There's some proof that I just, I'm not just a Marvel fanboy. And I also like DC as well, you know. I'm a fan of superheroes, you know, fan of Superman, Batman, Teen Titans. Not a big fan of Flash, but I watched the CW shows, Supergirl. I'm kind of like, yeah, I kind of gone off it. Legends of Tomorrow, that used to be good, but for me, I kind of gone off it. Arrow, I'm a fan of these DC shows, I'm planning to covering a lot of DC stuff, not just covering Marvel stuff, I just done covering the MCU movies, and by the time this video recorded, I'm almost wrapping up the Loki reviews. It's time for a change. Let's jump shit to the DC universe. The one show I'm going to talk about is Titans. I think we've got about, how many episodes is Titans? I'm talking about the first season of Titans. I think it's about 10 or 11 episodes. Maybe more, I might be wrong about it. But it reminds me of Teen Titans. It's a show back in the day when I was about a kid. I was a fan of that show because it's mixture of, it's a superhero show, but at the same time, it's got a bit of anime presence of that show because I'm a big fan of anime. I might cover some anime stuff in the future. I like that show. I'm not a big fan of Teen Titans Go. That's just a mockery of the original show. I did a video 2 years ago, comparing both, Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. Go and check it out. This is, the live action is, I take it as second place. I still like the original show. And, it's a good show. I haven't really saw the whole of season 1 yet. The whole bulk of season 1. I haven't really saw season 2 yet. I saw bits and pieces, but not a full episode of season 2 of Titans because, season 3 is over the horizon. It's coming next month, I've got 2 shows I'm looking forward to cover, and I haven't really reviewed season 2 of Titans yet. That'll be in the future. I cover season 3 of Titans. That'll be in the future, but I'm looking for What Ifs. That's next month because Loki is because episode 5 is coming out Wednesday and the final episode is next week. So we've got 2 more episodes of Loki to cover, and then taking a bit of a break, and then covering What If, and then maybe season 2 of Titans, who knows. Anyway, let's talk about season 1 of Titans. Like I said, I'm a fan of DC, like Batman, I'm a fan of Batman animated series, Superman animated series, Justice League animated series, Justice League Unlimited, Batman Brave of the Bold, Teen Titans. I don't mind Batman of the Future. Anyway, I'm a big fan of DC Mark. Anyway, so let's talk about Titans. That's the name of the title of the episode 1 of Titans. It's focused on the 2 characters of this episode, Raven, Rachel Ruff, and Dick Grayson. They also cover a little bit of Corey Anders, Starfire. I'll get to her later on in this review. And let's talk about Raven, Rachel Ruff. She had a dream about Dick Grayson's origin because everyone knows if you follow Batman, because Dick Grayson is the first Robin. I think there's 6, 7, or even 8 Robins. Dick Grayson is the first, and then the second Robin is Jason Todd, who's gonna be, in season 1, on the show. And then you got Tim Drake. The Red Robin is the third Robin. I think the fourth Robin is Stephanie Brown. What's her name? Stephanie Bowen. Stephanie Brown. She's the first Robin, first of 2, and the second female Robin is Carrie Kelly, because I saw Batman. What's it called? Dark Knight Returns, the animated movie. That is good. You got Peter Wellers, portraying the role as Batman. Because I saw RoboCop, not the 2014 movie with Joel Kinnaman, who's in the Suicide Squad movies, Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, and Samuel L. Jackson. We'll get to that movie. I might review that movie in the future. That is a bad movie, trust me. Anyway, Anyway, so yeah, let's get back to Rachel Roth Raven. I'm gonna call her Raven. Sometimes it's gonna be a mixture of Raven and Rachel because it's gonna get very confusing when I'm reviewing season 1 of Titans. She saw the origin of Dick Grayson. He was part of this circuit act known as the what's it called? Flying trapeze. If you go to a circus, you got people riding on those wires. Those you got the thing with the white wires on the top of the tent. And then you got they do the cross wire thing. I kind of like. I think I've been to a circus. I know what a circus is. Everyone knows the origin of the flying. Dick Grayson became Robin because his mom and dad got killed. An act gone wrong, but I think. Because his circus was tied to the mafia. Danny, what's it called? Danny Zuko. And I'm not comparing him to John Travolta's character in Grease. He's kind of like the mobster. I'm guessing the Graysons own a lot of money to that mob. So that's the origin of Dick Grayson. So Rachel kind of seen, she kind of dreamed it, but at the same time, I think she's got her powers. She kind of I think her powers kind of eating her alive because she's seeing her evil version of herself. Because Rachel Roth, she's kind of this gothic type of character. She got the pale skin. Her hair color is a mixture of black, raven hair and purple. Yeah, seeing I think it's her Dick's mom or dad. Looked like she's got falling on top of her. She kind of managed to wake up, and then you got her mom, trying to calm her down, and then I think Rachel says, "Do not lock the door," or try and lock the door, and then you can see, Rachel's bedroom doors covering with crucifix. They kind of push a lot of religion stuff in DC. We don't see that in Marvel, but in DC, in this episode, it's kind of pushing a lot of religion stuff. And let's talk about it. She's getting scared about her powers, her new ability powers. That will be throughout the whole episode, throughout the whole season of the show. I'm guessing. Haven't really saw the whole of season 1 yet. Just some few episodes of season 1. Anyway, so she said about you ain't got any sleep. Not at all. Was it not at all? And she said about, you're scared of me, I'm not scared of you, I can tell you're lying. And then, basically, her mom trying to change the subject, pray, and Rachel said, do not pray to me, tell me. And then her demon self kind of yelled at her like a loud roar. And then you got this neighbor says, hey kid, he said about, keep the shouting or I'll call the cops. And he called her a weirdo. You got this Kyle dude in the bus. She was on the bus on her own. She's kind of like this goth, and then she called her. I think this Kyle dude is kind of picking on her, called her a slut, and then I don't know what her name. This boy with the blonde hair, she's trying to defend her. He got punched, and then the evil Rachel. It's gonna get fucking confusing. Trust me. Called her a slut, and then when she came back home, you got this guy with the bald head, threatened her mom with the gun. It was a silencer. If you watch a lot of spy movies. Tell her you're not who she is, and she's not your mom. And then she said, you know, she got a friend to tell her, like, I'm not your mom, I always love you. She got shot in the fucking head. She got shot in the head. Like, that is cold-blooded shit. And then seeing her, like, a massive blood pouring out her forehead, that shit. It's not like, and then that, the ghosts, Rachel, the demons, her demon self kind of pushed that guy. It's not the last time we saw this guy in this episode. We'll get to the ending a little bit later on. So she went to Detroit. They kind of cover what they're going to do in real life. You know, sometimes superheroes do that. You know, she's kind of like homeless. She went to Detroit. I don't know why they call it Detroit. I don't get it. That's not really DC. That's something what Marvel will do. You know, with DC they do a lot of makeup cities. You never see it. Doesn't exist in our world. You know, with Gotham and Metropolis and Central City. If you follow a big fan of Teen Titans, you know, I think they fought in the sea called Jump Sea. I don't know why they don't call it Jump Sea. I don't get it. I understand why. I think it's because just because it works in comics and anime TV shows, you know, anime cartoons, it doesn't mean it's gonna work in live action. So she went to Detroit. She went to a homeless shelter. You know, like, get some food, and then you got this Sally who worked with this homeless shelter. She's trying to help Rachel to get off the streets, and then she's about to take her to the car, and then her demon self says, you know, she's lying, look behind you. She run, and then she kind of throwed a brick towards a car, not the car, a police car, you know, side of the police car, and then she got arrested. And then let's get to Robin. Dick Grayson. So he's now a detective chief in Detroit. You can tell, like, he's moving away from stop becoming Robin. We saw the only scene with Robin. You can see a picture of him being Robin. Yeah, I think in season 2, I think he's Nightwing because Jason Todd is the second Robin. To see, I don't know what episode. I think it was episode 4 or 5. You know, or maybe episode 6. In the future episodes, you had him and Jason Todd wearing the same outfit. You can tell, like, he did stop becoming Robin. He became Nightwing. I think it's a blessing in disguise because he's trying to evolve his character because he don't want to become Robin. He became an adult superhero because Robin is more for the kids. He's kind of like a kid superhero. He's not like Spider-Man, but he's kind of like, because he's under the shadow of Batman. You know. I don't want to get in about Batman. You know, Ian Glenn as Bruce Wayne, he's shit. I heard he was shit. Yeah, his accent, his American accent is terrible. I'll get to him. I think it's in the future episodes he's gonna appear. They appeared the glimpses of Batman in this episode. In this show. You know, it's got me thinking. I think they still got the rights because it's not part of the DC. Yeah, it's not part of the DC extended universe. You know, it's just DC, you know. Anyway, so yeah, Dick Grayson is a detective in Detroit. In one scene, the only scene with Robin, he stopping these thugs, you know, and he went fucking hardcore. He was just basically like throwing like Robin rangs, you know, like it's his version of the Batarang, and beat the fuck out of them. I think one of them's like trying to escape from his car. He kind of like grabbed his head, not slice his head, kind of like slide it, like grace his head onto the, you know, the side car window. He said, like, touch that kid, I will find you. I don't know if this guy was a pedophile, something to do like child abuse or something. It didn't really cover that, so he beat the fuck out of them, and he said, fuck Batman. It's very funny that DC can allow to say, you can see some scenes like some characters saying the word shit, but in DC they're allowed to say fuck, but Marvel, you don't see, if you watch the MCU shows and the Netflix Marvel shows, they don't say fuck. I just don't get it. I think, like, you see Deadpool, they drop in the F-bomb, the F word every single time. Same as if you watch Wolverine, the Wolverine movies, the X-Men movies, the same fuck, but with the MCU, you don't say fuck. I understand they're trying to, tone it down a little bit, trying to more appeal. It's more like a family type of universe, appealing both adults and kids. I understand why. Anyway, so the one scene I just don't get, this was after when Robin beat the fuck out of the thugs. and he thinks like Batman is in Detroit as well. He's basically got bruises and blood. There's bruises around his chest and his sides. I said to myself, like, how do you got the bruises? The thugs didn't have no offense on Robin. It's just like, I don't really get it. And also, you introduce a new character called Rachel Roebuck. He's basically Dick Grayson's new partner, and he just basically brushed her aside in the early scenes. He said like you do your own thing, you do your thing, I do you. I'm sorry, I'm kind of stumbling. He said you do. She said to her, you do your own thing, you do your thing, I do my thing. Will be good, and I think Manny, who's basically the chief of this department in Detroit, said about like it brings up like Dick's. He's been pushing partners. He's been about a month pushing partners. He tells about Dick Grayson's old partner. He said about got gassed by Joker. Anyway, and then they kind of bring up Robin. It's like why is he in Detroit? Weather. And he kind of, Manny kind of brushed it off because we don't. He said we don't need that shit here. We got own regular problems, because I'm guessing like he doesn't want that shit in Gotham, because the shit they did in Gotham with the fucking crime in Gotham, he doesn't want it in Detroit. So he kind of brushed it off, and then Robin, Dick talked to Rachel, said about not Rachel. This is fucking not Amy. Sorry, Amy Roebuck. Sorry. Because you got Rachel Roth, who's Raven, and it's Amy Roebuck. Sorry. Anyway, so he talks to Amy. Says anything about the Robin thing. And Rachel says, "You talk to me. If everyone dead, I might be the last person on Earth." And because he doesn't, I think like he doesn't want to work alone. He doesn't want partners, and also when she was out, and also the final scene with her and Amy. Yeah, I'm sorry about the Rachel thing. It's gonna get very confusing. Dick said to Amy about they never really name dropped Batman or Robin. He said about like he used to idolize this man. He inspired me. He solved problems with his fist. The reason why I left because I don't want to end up like him. So I'm guessing like he's basically not really name dropping Batman, but he doesn't want to become Batman. That's a good reason, because I think in the comics like Robin and Batman kind of like butt heads. He broke off. He became Nightwing, forming the Teen Titans in the comics, and also the animated show. Anyway, so I think that's it. And also, let's talk about Corey Anders. Starfire in this show. I don't know. They kind of crammed 3 characters in this show. I wish they saved Coriander, Starfire in the next episode. She woke up there was a car crash. She was in Austria. She was in a car crash. I'm guessing like she's on a run from a Russian mafia or Russian mob, and one of them maybe died in the car crash or got shot, and then she basically had a bit of a amnesia problem. Don't know who she really is. She went to a gas station. She checked her passport. Says Corey Anders. Her real name is Coriander. She's from a different planet. What's her name? What's her planet again? I seen the show. I seen the anime show at Teen Time. Targaryen. I can't really remember. I don't want to attempt to guessing it. I know what the origin of Starfire is. Starfire also speaks multiple language, because every time Starfire kiss, she adapts a new language. She speaks her own language. She speaks English. In this episode, she speaks German and Russian. Like you got this. She went to this hotel. This employee set up. Because she's still like, I don't know what's going to happen. They never covered it that well, in my opinion. Why she's got attacked by why the Russian mob's after her. She's like, her room's on the top floor, and then you got this Russian person. Basically, there's a phone. She on the mobile phone. Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling, but I think she's found like a mobile phone, saw a picture of her and this person. I'll get to that a little shortly. Then there's this Russian person like got tied up in the wardrobe, and then they had this fight. Basically like Coriander Starfire kicked his ass, and interrogate him who he is, and he gave out a name. What's his name? Konstantin Kovar. He owns a bar called the Dash Spuden. I think that's the name of the bar. And Coriander just snapped his fucking neck. It's just like, I don't think the MCU. You don't see, man. I don't think the MCU did. I've never seen the MCU seem like a superhero or a supervillain snapping someone's neck. I don't think we see that so far. But in DC, Superman grabbed Zod's head in Man of Steel. Anyway, so he's went to the bar, and you can tell like this Kovar and Coriander, Starfire have this relationship, and he said like, you betrayed me, and she said about I don't love you. I'm gonna say no. Because I don't know. This is getting really confusing. This is the other part, like really, it kind of turns me off in this episode. Not the Rachel Dick Grayson part, but I'm talking about the Starfire Coriander part. It's kind of like confusing. Like she said, like she has a bit of an emotional problem. Yeah, like why should they going after her? There's no. It's just basically like just not adding up. I wish they had more time. Or, in my opinion, like I said, I wish they just save this part, put, Starfire part in the next episode, focus on her, and then, like, you can save the Rachel and Dick part in episode 3, you can tell this show is focused on storytelling. I kind of like that. It's not just all superhero stuff, fighting. No, they're focusing more on storytelling. Anyway, so, yeah, she said, like, I don't think I love you. I have to say no. And this Konstantin Kovar basically attempts to shot her, and the bullet didn't went through her. I'm guessing the bullet kind of dissolved. Starfire's power is like, she shoots out fire. I don't know. Like in the I'm guessing like I don't know. I saw a little bit of I seen the Justice League vs Teen Titans, the animated movie. That was good. And also. I think there's so many fucking DC anime movies I saw, but I saw not all. I saw some bits and pieces of it, but like in the animated show Teen Titans, Starfire shoots out some green beans, green laser beans, and in this show she's shooting out fire. You got the Konstantin Kovar and his like cronies are like nothing more than ashes. And then Corey kind of like saw a picture of Rachel. I said to myself, this is not making any sense. This is not really making any sense, because why this Russian mob going after Rachel? There's no connection. I just don't, it doesn't really add up to me. I don't get it. That was the one nitpick of this episode. Why could just save it for another episode? Like, it's just like her character is not really in this episode's Coriander story and character is not really fleshed out. I wish they just saved it for another episode. Episode 2, a great example. Give more time. She didn't have. It's just the problem. It's just the timing. She had like 2, 3, maybe 4 scenes in this episode. This episode is about a 51-minute episode. They should have had more time for Coriander. Get more time to flesh out more of a story about her backstory. Why the Russian mob going after her? Why this mob trying to go after Rachel? I just don't get it. And that was it. Anyway, so let's get back to Rachel and Dick. And they kind of introduced. Rachel talked about his past, about Dick's kind of smile kind of dropped a little bit, and he basically cannot believe, like, he had that type of look like, how do you know me? He said like, is that a sick trick? What the hell's going on? And yeah. Rachel kind of brings up, Dick's past. His basically his the night within the circus when he lost his parents, and then when basically Rachel touched Dick's hand. It's basically the demons. Rachel touched Dick's hand, and so they kind of covered a lot of Dick Grayson's origin a little bit. You don't, because sometimes like they do that, but sometimes with superhero shows and TV shows they kind of ignore the origin. Yeah, we saw like Dick Grayson losing his parents, and also in Wayne Manor, you know, yeah, they kind of, they don't. I'm glad they did that instead of like do it from the very beginning. Let's have, yeah, unless they're doing a proper Robin show, maybe. But I'm glad they don't do that anyway. So he said like, look, I don't have that type of help for you. I'll find someone. I'll find something that can help you. I can't remember. That's the problem for me. I always kind of don't remember the dialogue that well. I'm gonna say it again. So basically, Dick said to Rachel, I can't find help for you. I can't find that help for you. I might find someone else could help you because he doesn't want to, get involved. Because Dick kind of got thrust in that situation. He can risk his life. Helping Batman, forming this duo, Batman and Robin. So he's trying to get away from that, and please help. She said, said like this. Yeah, he brings up like someone killed her mom, and she said like she's the one I had. She's all I had. She's the only person who cared for me, and yeah, she went through fucking hell. When she was homeless, they covered that because it can happen in real life. You got these kids, the same age as Rachel, going through hell. You don't know what she like. They're in behind the streets. And when she, like when this Sally person, like, trying to help her, she's about to go to the car, this demon Rachel, there was a broken mirror. She said to Rachel, like, she's lying, look behind, run. All this Sally person trying to help Rachel trying to get her off the streets because, like I said, it happens in real life. These vulnerable, not just women, but young men. They're in the streets. No one to because she got nowhere place to go, and then you don't know, they end up getting raped or whatever. They end up doing drugs. Anyway, so this police officer, basically it's a crooked cop. Kidnapped Rachel. He's working with this bald guy. I thought that was Trigon. Trigon is Raven's father. And we won't see him until episode 2. I'll get to the future episodes. The villain of this episode for me, in my knowledge, is the nuclear family. We'll get to them in future episodes, reviews of the show of season 1. Anyway, so Rachel got kidnapped. She woke up in this abandoned house or abandoned warehouse. I don't know where it is. And this person trying to kill her, I'm trying to stab her, and then this demon Rachel, the one thing about in the Teen Time animated series, Raven, Kaz, was Ascion, Metreon, Synthos, and you don't say that. I understand just because it works in comics and cartoons, it will never work in live action. I understand why. So anyway, Demon Rachel basically got into that guy's body, and he basically went into his insides, and basically that dude kind of coughed a lot of blood. That is like, holy shit, that show is proper violent. I'm glad they just don't appeal to more of, for me, Marvel's more, the MCU, the difference between the MCU and, basically it's been like, DC is kind of like, I don't know, it's like, I think DC is more hardcore. Marvel is a bit, some hardcore moments, but it's more toned down, in my opinion. With DC, it's more hardcore. It's more violent shit. Daredevil's fucking proper violent. Anyway, so yeah, the guy's dead. He's, she's upset. She doesn't know who she really is. We'll get to the future episodes. If they like flash more of a character of Rachel's character, Raven's character. who she really is. You can tell this. The first two of really the first three episodes are more focused on storytelling, forming the team very slowly. When this show was out, and I said to myself, no Cyborg. That's very strange to me because Cyborg is part of that group. I understand Cyborg is part of the Justice League. I think that at the time they just don't have the rights, and then unfortunately Cyborg is in the Doom Patrol show on Amazon Prime. Unfortunately, I can't really see it because it's a 7-day trial. I hate that. You just I wish I wish it was on Netflix. It's very weird. Like, why it's not on Netflix? It's on Amazon Prime. I don't get it because Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Punisher, Iron Fist. Did I say Daredevil? Daredevil, Defenders. They're on the same streaming app. It's Netflix, but with Doom Patrol, it's on fucking Amazon Prime. And also, I think Pennyworth is on Amazon Prime as well. I just simply don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. They gotta have some superhero movies. Not superhero movies, but superhero show. They can't just give it to Netflix. But unfortunately, time has changed because Netflix got rid of the Marvel shows. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Punisher. It's really fucking shame. I like those shows. So. Anyway, so they drive in. Dick went to the abandoned warehouse, beat the fuck out of this this corrupt cop who's helping this bald-headed guy who killed Rachel's mom. I don't think it's mom. Maybe pretend to be a mom to protect Rachel. We don't know who Rachel's real mom is. And also get to the scene with with when Robin beat the fuck out of the thugs. He battered the guy. He battered the guy who's trying to escape. Stabbed him with his staff. Not killed him. Kind of hit him with his staff. That was don't make him fucking kill. That's something superheroes will never do because they never tend to kill. Because I know Batman in the comics kills, and then great example Superman killing Zod. I might do the DCU movie review series in the future, because we've got about 2 more years until the DCU turns 10 years old. I like the DCU. Yeah, granted, it's not on the same level as the MCU, but I like these movies. Shazam was a fun movie to watch. Aquaman, Wonder Woman. I like these Zack Snyder's Justice League, not the Joss Whedon one. Man of Steel I think it was a fine movie. Wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. It was kind of like a thumbs in the middle movie. The worst movie of the DCU has to be fucking Dawn of Justice. I don't want to get into that. So anyway, Dick and Rachel are driving probably towards a safe house, and he shows Rachel this car, and it's a family heirloom. And Rachel says from the circus, and Dick says not that family. Not that family. You talk about he's trying to keep it a secret because it's one of Bruce's cars. Anyway, and she said my mom told me that there's no such thing as monsters, and I'm guessing she said they are now, or because she's because sorry, I'm stumbling my words, but. She said there's no such thing as monsters, now they are. So I'm guessing now she didn't really do that. She didn't really tend to do that. She it's her powers. I think she's got that type of character. She can't control her powers. Her powers are a bit evil and dramatic. She's not really an evil dramatic character. Raven. Some people compare it to Jean Grey. She has the same power struggle. She can't control her powers. She's got I think Jean Grey got a bit of a telekinesis, mind read. I think she's got the same power. She got levitation as well, but I think and also she got the same power as Charles Xavier. I don't know if they're related. I don't want to get into that. That's another story for another time. So I compare a little bit more of Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, a little bit because they're different. Because Ravens come from a different dimension. Wanda's from a small makeup sit town, makeup country in Eastern Europe, Sokovia. She got her powers from Loki's staff. You know, she got experiment by Strucker. You know, anyway. So yeah, let's get to the ending of this episode. We got the small introduction of Beast Boy, got Garfield Logan. He got into this shop, you know, the electrical shop. You know, it sells like electrical things like lamps and TVs. He went into that video game aisle. He took some of the video games. He kind of disguised himself as a tiger, and he ran off. And he's completely naked, and took, I don't know what game, because there was some PS3 games, some Xbox games, and PS4 games. I think he's a fan of Xbox. He took one of an Xbox game, ran off into the woods, completely naked. Why he's fucking naked? I understand he's part of the Doom Patrol, Beast Boy, but you know, in the animated show Teen Titans, he never when he's turned into an animal, he's never completely naked. He's still wearing his suit, the Doom Patrol suit. I think like in this show Titans, he's wearing like I think it was a white and red jacket. And yeah, and also like the actor playing Garfield Logan, Beast Boy, is Ryan Potter. Fucking hell, he voices Hero in Big Hero 6. I'm a big fan of that show. It's a damn shame that it's not making another sequel. So anyway, to close this this episode review of Titans, I think this was a good episode. You know, it's a slow build, forming the team. They focus more on storytelling. I think some of these episodes are some of these episodes are going to get filler. You're not going to get some of these superhero shows, with consistent episodes, because great example, Loki, episode 3 was a bit filler, but it's not, you're not going to get, some shows could have some filler episodes, and other shows with consistent episodes. You know, it's just what it is. What you see, what you get. Yeah, what you see, what you get, I'm trying to say. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, it was a fun episode to watch to kick off Titans. So I hope you enjoyed my review of the first episode of Titans. Season 1, episode of Titans. Leave the thoughts in the comment section below, smash the like button, and subscribe to the Central Man. And before that, and also like in that scene between Dick and Amy, she said, he said to Amy, don't tell my secret, don't tell this, it's gonna ruin my rap. And Amy says, your secret's safe for me. I don't know, I think she got killed off in the future episodes, I don't know. It's been a long time since I saw Titans, so anyway, so like, share, subscribe, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube for more, wrestling videos, Marvel videos, and now I'm covering a lot of DC stuff in the future. Like not just Titans. I might cover Black Lightning, Gotham, or even the DC movies, like not the DCU movies, but like pre-DCU movies, like Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy, or the pre-Dark Knight trilogy Superman movies, whether it's in the Christopher Reeve era or Man of Steel or animated DC movies. I might do it in the future because I'm a big fan of superheroes. I do read some comics, but I'm a big fan of the universe of both DC and Marvel. So anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and catch you later. This is Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.